Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we will learn how to overlap elements using CSS. So in this video we will be using the example shown on the screen, and in this example we will be using the position property to overlap elements using CSS. So without wasting time, let's start with the video. So here I have my HTML file, and this is just boilerplate code. There is nothing fancy here. I have a parent div which has the class parent. Then I have two divs that have the same class circle, and they have another class which is unique for both of them, that is circle 1 and circle 2. And here I have a div that we will use later on as to add the content that we have in the center here. Okay, so if you see here, and if I refresh, there's nothing on the screen right now, so we'll be starting it from scratch. So to start, let's give the circle class some height and width and background color so that we can see it on the screen. So let's say circle. Let's give it a height of 400 pixels, a width of 400 pixels, and let's give it a border maybe of 1 pixel solid and black color. And when you go on the page and refresh, you will see there are two squares here. Right now we want them to be circles, so let's just give them a border radius of 50%. And now if you refresh, you see two circles here. Alright, now what we want is we want them to be side by side as you see in the example here. So to do that, we will add CSS to our parent class. So the class that is present over here. Alright. So to the parent class, we give it a display of flex, and let's say align item center and justify content center. And when we refresh here, you see both the circles come in the center and also they are side by side now. All right. So this was our first step. Now what we want to do is we want to overlap both the circles, right? So to do that, we will use the position absolute property, and always remember we use position absolute in along with position relative always. Okay, so if you don't give position relative to your parent and you just give position absolute to the child, then there might be issues, like the element would not know who it should be relative to, so it assumes the entire page to be relative, and then it will just, if you give it a bottom of 0, that will just go to the exact bottom of your entire page, and you don't want that to happen, right? So always remember you should give a position relative to your parent. So let's give a position of relative to the parent and a position of absolute to the circle. All right, and if you go here and refresh, you see that the position of the element changed, and if you click here, you will see that both the circles are in there, so you're not able to see two circles, only one, because the other one is like overlapping the other one, so you cannot see it, right? So and now what we can do is, the first thing we can give it is a top of maybe 50 pixels. So we refresh and you can see it now. It has come to the on the page. Okay, now to the circle one, let's give it a left of 0, a right of 0, and a margin of 0 auto. Margin of 0 auto is used to uh, get your element in the center. Okay, for the circle 1 we gave this value, and for circle 2, uh, let's give it a let's give it the same value as circle 1. And when we refresh again, you'll see there is no change because the left and right for circle 1 and 2 is the same right now. Okay, so maybe we can give the circle 1 a left of 220 pixels, and for circle 2 let's give it a right of 220 pixels. And when we go here and refresh, you see that they are moving, right? So if you want to see it live here, then we can see it over here. Left, now this is circle 1. So can you see the circle on the right is being selected? Like the blue section that you can see on the screen right now is your circle 1. So when you just change this values, you can see that it is moving, right? So we can give it maybe a value of 270. So let's make this 270 and similar for the first and the second, both the circles. Now if you refresh, you can see it is close to this one, right? So here you have a center and these both have been overlapped. Now what about this gray part over here? Now we cannot give it a background color, right? If we give it a background color, then it will give it to the entire circle, right? So what we can do is we can just export this vector from here as here, and then we can use it. All right, so I already have an image that I have exported, so this is the image that I have, so we will just use it. All right, so let's give a before to our circle 1. Let's say before, and we will give it a content. Then let's give it a background image, a URL, and let's say images vector.png. Let's give it a height of 400 pixels, width of for example 200 pixels. Then we give it a position of absolute and we refresh. Now can you see we got that image here, but it doesn't look right, correct? We want it to look something like this. So let's adjust our before after values. So here what we do is we give it a background size of contain, and let's say background repeat, no repeat. All right, so we got this here, but still it does not look exactly like what we want it to look. So let's decrease the size and try to adjust it. So let's decrease the size more and also the width. Okay, now let's give it a value from top so that we can fit it in there. Okay, you see we are getting close to the design that we want, and here you go. Okay, so if you see now, then we are pretty much close to what we want to achieve here, right? Now, the next thing is we just need the color of this border here. So we just copy the color and then we just change the color here from black to the new color that we have. And here we refresh. Now we are done with this part here. Right now, the only thing left is how do we add this text to it. Okay, so if you can see it is a bit distorted, but yeah, I was just trying to make this vector somehow in Figma, so that is the reason. So you can just use a perfect vector, or you can just make your own vector in Figma, and then you can just use it here. All right, you can just have like proper accurate measurements, and then you'll get your perfect vector, and then you can just place it here as I showed you. Now, for the content that we want, we just uncomment this, and when we refresh, you will see that you have the content up here. Now, again, what we will do is we will be using a position absolute again to put the content in the place there where it is shown over here. All right, so what we do is we give it a position of absolute, and let's give it a top value of 150 pixels, and you see it comes over here. So wait, let me just hide it. Okay, so if you can see it clearly now, 150 pixels, and let's give it a width of maybe 80 pixels. 80 is too less. 100 pixels, and let's give it a text align of center so that it is in the center, and maybe let's just decrease the width a little bit, and we can just adjust the top value to put it in the center. And here you go, we have the shape that we wanted ready. Alright, so this is how you use CSS positions to overlap elements. So I hope this video helps, and if you learned at least one thing from this video, then do not forget to press that like button and also subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming up with a video similar to this one and a lot more in HTML, CSS, WordPress, JavaScript, and a lot of things. So thank you so much, guys, and thank you for watching and staying till here. So see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye.